Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Faith Builder. Hope you're doing well this morning. Do you believe you were created to prosper? Do you believe you were created to prosper? It's an amazing thing to think about when we really discover in the scriptures that God created us to prosper. He's a loving God. He has goodness for us. But boy, what do we do in this crazy world where there's so much suffering and evil? How do we bring this together to a proper understanding of what prosperity is all about? Let me encourage you this morning with 3 John 2. 3 John is this little bitty book in the Bible right before the book of Jude and then Revelation at the end. And just verse 2, this is John who wrote the Gospel of John and who wrote 1st, 2nd, 3rd John and wrote Revelation as well. But he says this, he says, "Beloved, I pray that all may go well with you and that you may be in good health as it goes well with your soul." That was the heartbeat of John, the apostles. And that's the heartbeat of God for all of us. His desire for us is to prosper. The word in the Greek here that says it all may go well with you, it means that you need to prosper. It means to succeed. And so what John is saying, beloved church, followers of Jesus, I pray that you may be prospering, that you may be succeeding, not just in your all your endeavors, but your health, that you may be well and healthy, and that you also, as it says, may prosper in your soul. A holistic view of God's blessing right in our life. And that is the desire. But we know that we live in a fallen world. We know that those things don't usually happen that way completely together, that we struggle, right, in this with suffering in this world. So I want to just take a few mornings, maybe a week or two, and really drill into this idea of how to live, right, in prosperity in a suffering world. I wrote a book last summer. I want to just take a couple excerpts out of this and really talk about how in this time, especially during this time of coronavirus and everything, how do we encourage each other? What does this look like to lay hold of a real God-centered view of what prosperity really looks like? Page 2 says this: inside every soul is the desire to prosper. We all have a desire to prosper. It's God-given because He created us to prosper. Have you spent much time thinking about what makes you really feel prosperous? If I was to ask you that here this morning, what makes you feel prosperous? It's a great exercise just to go write down and journal what really makes you feel prosperous, and then we can start a journey towards what a healthy, God-given prosperity looks like. Is it financial security, physical security, good health, good relationships, being in control, lack of stress, or plenty of vacation time? Many people have a hard time answering these questions because they've never really stopped to consider what prosperity is and what a truly prosperous life looks and feels like. I go on the next page and really give a definition of helping us understand this idea of what true prosperity is. It says, true prosperity is living in tension between evil and suffering and the goodness of God by the power and the promises of the gospel. Now, we're going to break that down in the weeks ahead here, but true prosperity, it's learning to live in this tension. That's what faith is. Living in faith it's tension between the world and the things, the promises that we know of God, but we also see the fallenness of the world. We see suffering, we experience evil. And so how do we make sense of a healthy understanding of what prosperity really is all about in the midst of this? And how do we deal with evil and suffering? How do we have a right perspective on this and hold on to the goodness of God, that He has good things for us? One thing is for sure, the most prosperous message in all of the world is the gospel of Jesus Christ. Nothing brings life, nothing brings a greater sense of prosperity than the gospel of Jesus Christ. And my hope and prayer is this morning for you is that you will, beloved, experience what John had for his church, was that it may go well with you. You may be prospering in all of your endeavors, that your health may be prospering, and that your soul may be prospering as we walk with Jesus and we learn how, right, to walk this line of tension with faith between the evil we are surrounded by, the darkness, as well as the goodness of God, that He has good things for us. We're going to dive in on this issue. I think we're going to focus maybe with suffering, and then talk about prosperity and how is it that we hold these things together, especially in times like this that we're going through. We have a lot of big questions. Beloved, may it go well with you. In Jesus' name, be blessed. Have an awesome week.